What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to The Vibe. It is your boy once again with another episode of I call Upside Down Foolery. Okay, so shout outs to make sure Real Life Productions for their material on this. They had this young lady, Priscilla the Queenmaker. I know some of you might know her. I know a little bit about her. I've seen some of her stuff. But she has a podcast and she mostly talks to women, but the little bit I did see, it was more or less like kind of dogging down on men. But the crazy thing about it is she's a woman that was married once, no longer wants to be that type of woman again, and now she wants to date women. Well, not want, but she is dating women. So it's funny now that she's dating women that she realizing what men has always said, that something is wrong with y'all, that something is really wrong with y'all. And see, she had to wait till one of her exes exposed her. So this where we at with this. So I'm gonna let her run a little bit of her stuff, and then she gonna get into the story on what started it, and then I have the actual ex talking about what happened on her part. Now all these are accusations, okay? So let's just get that out there. So with no further ado, make sure y'all hit that subscribe, like, and share, and just check this out. We'll talk about it in between. Let's go.
How I've taken my message, because I've got a little comedic edge. I find a way to show women themselves in a way that not many people can get women to admit that they are wrong. I have a way of getting women to admit, damn, I'm a terrible person, right? I've gotten women to see how terrible they are as friends, as relationship partners. Women are terrible relationship partners, right? But, you know, for me, it's about the truth. This is not me taking sides, because right. I believe that the world is in shambles. I believe that the communities are jacked up. I believe that, and all of this has to do with human behavior and how the sexes relate to each other and how the sexes relate to the planet. So it's not all on men. Men have their things that's wrong with them. For sure. I spoke about that.
But yeah. the question I was going to say is that with men, right, I feel like as a man, we're held accountable at almost every turn, right? Your mama holds you accountable, your friends hold you accountable, everybody kind of holds you accountable. Do you see the same type of path for women?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
I think women are allowed to be, they're allowed to be delusional. They're allowed to not be disciplined.
Would you rank yourself on the marketplace?
8.
Out of what, 100?
Okay, what is it? What we rating from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Okay, 9.
Okay, have a good day.
Because everybody knows that I date women.
Right.
And when it comes to me speaking about relationship dynamics, a lot of the rebuttals always say, well, lesbian relationships have so much more violence.
Thing on that is there are stats on the relationship between lesbians and gay men and everybody else, heterosexuals, and the lesbians lead by around about 75%. And I looked it up yesterday. So at one time, it actually dropped a little because a couple years it was 79. So it did drop a little, but still, that's the highest out of everyone. So I guess you can say what violence or whatever. The thing is, y'all don't get along. Y'all hard to get along with. And it shows when you two together, because gay men have the longest marriages, put it that way, in relationships. So it just points out a thing. I mean, she'll go through some stats, try to explain something, but either way.
They only say that because they're thinking about a relationship where a man might be putting his hands on a woman. They're not including the other side of the equation where women are putting their hands on men and men are not calling the cops.
True, yeah.
Women are very violent. A woman will put her hands on a man. She will hit him, spit in his face, call him all kinds of names, and everything is totally fine. Women are allowed to do this.
Now, my thing, I wonder did she come to this conclusion after this little situation just happened with her, because she never said before. Now, I'm kind of caught up on this little this little boy starter kit thing she got going on, the ball cap, the blue sweatshirt, and the chains. It's like you ladies, when y'all try to go into that masculine world, y'all put on stuff that we wore when we was like teenagers. You know what I mean? Y'all had that teenage look, but y'all grown. So you look like little boys. So yeah, whatever, man. It's just funny. But don't forget, the girl is coming up.
And nobody should say anything about it. Now, these women they will be in these relationships and they will hit a man and they will take that same behavior and they'll take it to a lesbian relationship. See, it's the same person, same behavior. Right? But it's looked at as different because the man is stronger and he's expected to hold himself. But a lot of times in a lot of these relationships, women are extremely narcissistic and violent. And this is what I have discovered as I continue to work with women. And so what I realize is that women actually want men to be slaves. They actually want men to be their personal slaves.
But you did preach that men were slaves in our first interview.
Yes, they are.
So speaking of all that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, and you can stop me if you don't want to touch on it, but it's on YouTube. So.
Oh yeah, no, I know you was gonna ask.
Yeah.
I just waiting on it. I was waiting. I was like, damn, is he gonna ask me? I'm waiting. Go ahead.
But because I just, you're so knowledgeable. I just be wanting to pick your brain on stuff. But, we have, was it Baylor TV? Or
you ain't got to say a name, but you messed it up and good. You messed it up.
Yeah. Quote unquote, your ex. She threw shots at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She basically said you groomed her into a relationship, which is the wildest shit I've ever heard. How do you groom somebody into a relationship? But anyway, and she basically threw just a lot of different accusations at you. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying you're a fraud, and things like that. So what do you have to say about the quote unquote, you're a fraud? Because I did start seeing people start commenting, oh, I watched this video and I don't look at her the same. I've seen people actually react to that. And again, me and you talked off camera and we said, it's never about the truth anymore. It's about who can tell the best story. And sometimes the people that can tell the best story can actually control the minds of the people.
Correct.
Which then will have the people turning on you. And we're public figures, right? You're out here, you're doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? You're preaching your message, and then something like this hits you. Number one, are you okay? Like when things go public about something so intimate, we wear it, you know how it goes, we wear it, but that shit does hurt. Like somebody that you actually fuck with, somebody that you actually pour time and energy into to go online and make accusations, that hurts.
And before she gets to tell the story, now this is the thing, what old dude just said. She's now embarking on in the lane of a man. All right. So she's embarking on the lane of a man where the stuff we put up with for years, you can't do nothing without somebody going online and try to trash you. If they ain't doing that, they calling your job, trying to get you fired. They calling your commander, trying to get you kicked out the military. I mean, I've seen so much stuff. What women would do when I was a recruiter, we had women thought they was calling the unit, but they was calling my office to report guys smoking weed or doing something else, mess with an underage girl. And I'm like, but it'd be their ex-girlfriend reporting it. Always be the ex, not a mother, it's the ex-girlfriend or baby mom that's calling in to say all these bad things about him. He should be serving our country and all this. But the thing is, why do you need to destroy somebody just because we broke up? And she is learning this now. She is learning this being a lesbian woman, playing the role of a male, that this shit will happen to you too. And this is what happened.
It hurt. So here's the thing. See, she didn't like the fact that I'm not as emotional as her. Her whole goal was to try to hurt me however she could. So she was the type of person that I just could not mentally handle. I couldn't mentally withstand the stuff that she was putting me through. So I actually broke up with her in January, right? And so we had been broken up for 4 months, but I'm the type of person that's like, we can remain friends. We don't have to be together. It don't have to be no beef, because I ain't never done nothing to you. I ain't never done nothing but try to be a good friend to you.
Right.
But she was putting me through a lot of hell. She was suicidal. She would always talk about being suicidal, that she had these dark thoughts. She would even tell me that she would see demon faces. Like, she was really going through some mental stuff, right? And she was really causing me a lot of pain. And like, I was physically hurting me. I couldn't deal with her. And so I broke up with her in January. And fast forward 4 months later, she thought it was a game, that I would not move on. Well, she found out that I moved on with someone else after 4 months. 4 months after we broke up, I finally moved on. Right. And I'm still with my current girlfriend that I moved on with. When she found out that I actually moved on, I was on a TikTok live talking about my new book that I had just created. Okay. She came in the comment section and she started doing some hoorah stuff. And she, in the comment section, because I was telling the people, I said, y'all might hear that I date women or whatever. You just gotta understand, I ain't trying to get with you. I got somebody, I'm cool. And she come in the comment section and she say, yeah, she dating somebody in her book club. So I turn around, I see that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm dating somebody in my book club. My moderator saw her and immediately blocked her because she started crapping the comment section. She calls me while I'm on live and starts screaming and hollering at me. Why you block me? I'm like, my hand ain't even on the camera. I didn't block you. Yes, you did, screaming. And I mean, she's screaming at the top of her lungs. Why would you tell them that you moved on? Why would you tell them? Because, you know why? Because she was a struggling content creator. And so she had had a breakup with her baby daddy. Now, so she got 2 different baby daddies, and she ain't with neither one of them, right? And so she broke up online with her second baby daddy. So
that wasn't a red flag for you?
Huh? No.
Exactly. That wasn't a red flag for you? She got 2 kids, 2 baby daddies. And the thing is, you all think that y'all gonna come in and do it so much better than the man. That y'all gonna come in and play stepdaddy to these badass kids. But y'all forget, there's a reason why she's not with them. It ain't always the guys. And she gonna see this. Continue.
Oh, no.
Okay. This was before?
No, this is what she's doing.
Gotcha.
Right. So because she broke up online, she tells me this, and she sent it to me in a text message. Right? I don't want to look like a fool. I already broke up and had a terrible breakup online. I don't want to look like a fool. So what she was trying to do is make me look bad, right? By trying to make it seem like I was, because she didn't want to now have 2 baby daddies and then be broken up with a woman. She didn't want the public to see that a woman had broke up with her. So what she was trying to do is beat somebody to the punch. And I'm like, I done left you alone. I even sent her to her job. I sent her like a bouquet of fruit to say that we don't have to be enemies or nothing. We can be friends. Right. Man, they flipped that to be negative. She's narcissistic and gaslighting. Why would you send her fruit to her job? And so she told me one time, like when I had broke up with her, I had broke up with her one time before, and then I messed around and we had got back together. But during this little period of time where I had broke up with her, I was on live and doing things, and she gonna tell me, you know, I felt some kind of way because I'm over here hurting and I'm over here crying and you just online smiling like ain't nothing wrong with you. So she didn't like the fact that she couldn't get to me emotionally. So her way of thinking that she was gonna hurt me was to bring my child and smear my child all over the internet to say that I'm abusive. And she did it just because she wanted a response out of me.
Yeah. Okay, so we're about to bring in the the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend. And like I say, these are accusations on both sides, so we don't know the truth. But most men can understand what Priscilla the Queenmaker is talking about, because a lot of us done had it happen. You break up with someone, you think it's over with. They see you with somebody months later, here they come. Like, what's your problem? Oh, you just move on that fast? You broke it up with me. You broke off with me. What you talking about? Well, you still had to move on that fast. Like, what the H is going on? I had that happen one time. The girl broke it off with me. I moved on. And then she come rolling up on me to my, I seen somebody driving your car. What? So what? But that's the crazy in y'all. And this the crazy. I ain't gonna call her crazy. I ain't gonna call that. This the ex, and this is her part of it. This is her half, whatever you want to call it. This is her story. Let's go.
But when she fell out with Daryl, why would I want to go against somebody like that? Brave enough to speak out and tell my truth. I was scared to say or walk away from her, but I did call a friend. And even before that, let me rewind back for Thanksgiving. I did bring her to my family house to meet my family. And everybody got weird energy from her in person. Everybody, nobody was like, where did she come from and who is she? My sisters was saying, I don't like her energy for you. I don't like her energy. It's something about her. And my oldest sister deadass told me, I think she's preying on you because you're at a vulnerable place in your life. You lost a best friend and you broke off a lot of people say engagement, but it broke off my relationship with my son's father. And so you're in a vulnerable place right now. And I feel like she's preying on that.
You know what's funny about this? When you ladies, when y'all go to give y'all sad story, you will mention all the things that tell you shouldn't have been with this person. And then you go through the list of all the people that told you shouldn't be with this person. But that doesn't change a thing. You still decide to be with them, and y'all still decide to do whatever.
I was like, no, she just been through a lot in life. You know, when P gets on here and talk about her grape situation and all that type of stuff, that pulls at people's heart. That tugs at people's heart. That tugs at women's heart to sympathize and empathize with her. But she uses those stories to gain the sympathy from women, you know? And that's not to say she hasn't been through that. It's just like, because she's been through that, that makes people kind of excuse her behavior, you know? And I caught myself as an empath. I was excusing her behavior. I kept making excuses for it. So I found myself not being able to call anybody to tell them about P without it feeling, because every time I would call somebody about her, it's like they would be like, I told you, get away from her. I started even talking to a coworker about it, and she was a previous lesbian, and she was like, I'm telling you, B. Taylor, this is not normal. She sounds emotionally abusive. This is not normal. I was just like, no, you know, but I did do, I'm like making excuses of this is what I did though. I did say this to make her upset, and I did tell her about my feelings. Every time I brought up my feelings and how I felt, it was a burden. It was anger. It was met with anger and like dismissiveness. And, you know, she told me, I'll never forget, she told me when I told her, like, can you stop yelling at me? Because that makes me feel small inside. And she verbatim told me, like, well, don't trigger me to yell at you. Okay, don't trigger me to yell at you. So imagine if this was an opposite relationship and that person said, don't do this to make me yell at you or hit things and yell. She made it seem like Like we got in an argument about her coming to my place because I didn't. She got on her live and said, "I've only been to her. I only spent the night at her place one time." No, I have not. I spent the night at her house multiple times. The reason why I didn't like to go to her house because she did not been to her. I only spent the night at her place one time. No, I have not. I spent the night at her house multiple times. The reason why I didn't like to go to her house because she did not live like a woman. She lived, and I'm not going to say she lived like a man because I know plenty of men who take care of their home, you know. And I told her about her mattress. I'm like, your mattress is, it got pee stains, it got holes in it. Like, why are you sleeping on a mattress like this? Like, go get you a nice mattress. Go get you a mattress like mine or something. So her and her child sleeps on that mattress. So, you know, I also felt obligated as a mother to step in and help her out with her daughter. And when I bring up her daughter, this is not to go low. This is not to.
Again, you see all these things, but you're still with this woman. You see what I'm saying? When y'all out here trying to do too much to tell your story. Now, I'm not saying she wrong or whatever, but why are you telling the story? Like, she didn't say all this stuff, but why are you telling the story so in depth to make her look so bad? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, it could be pee stains and holes all in the bed, but guess what? You didn't leave her when you saw it. You stayed with her. You see what I'm saying? So you can't come back after the fact and say, oh, she's a nasty person. You can't do that. You stayed with her. That's why I don't like.
So, you know, make her a villain. But this is to tell my truth. And I cannot keep lying.
I hate that.
Women have asked, does Amaya go to school? The girl is 5 years old, going on 6, and have never been in school.
Say that
not
right
getting
now.
homeschooled. She was in front of a TV all day.
That
Everybody know that her child has autism.
You shouldn't be bringing that up.
She has not got her daughter tested for autism. It took me saying, let's go get her tested for autism. Let's get her into this daycare program so she can be around other kids. So now she's in a daycare program that I have my kids in, so she can be around other kids and learn. She don't read to her. She don't teach her anything. She don't have a mentor, a tutor. She don't give her any type of school lessons. At 5, I think she's supposed to be at least in kindergarten or something. She hasn't been to pre-K. She hasn't been to kindergarten.
Oh, no.
She was just like, you know, so she's behind on a lot of things. And she has this she's on the spectrum. Oh. And also when I came in, I was like, I started to notice that why is it that your child is up all night and you're asleep? And you know, your child is up all night and you're asleep and you let her sleep through the day. And when I asked you about that, you said, well, it's easier for you to get business done. I said, that's not healthy for a child to be in an environment like that because she needs a schedule. It's not.
So you put her in the daycare where your kids go to school, which means y'all gonna run into each other unless she pulled her kid out when y'all split up. But I'm pretty sure after this, she probably pulled her kid out. Now, if somebody else see this, they're going to call DSS on a woman. You know what I mean? So that's why you don't do this online. You could be mad, but try and get somebody's kid taken away now. I mean, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I'm just saying that is a lot.
Not healthy for children to not be on a schedule. It's not healthy. And so I was like, let's get her on a schedule. She yelled at me about that. She was like, I don't got time to be on schedule. I didn't even want to be a mother. I was forced into this. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. She's like, no, you don't understand. I don't got support. I don't got help. And I'm like, okay, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm a mother as well. Like, I got 2 kids, you know, like I got you. I understand. But these kids need a schedule. They need discipline. They need, you know, they need a schedule. It's healthy for them to have some type of schedule. And she yelled at me about that because she was like, you only care about what Amaya wants and not about what matters to me. I don't like schedules. And I said, yeah, but when you have a child, you got to get on a schedule. So when they started coming over to my house, I started making her child go to bed at 8:30. And guess what? Her baby was going to bed at 8:30. Her daughter now goes to sleep at night because I set her a bed schedule. I put some type of structure in her child's life. Her child is in school now, like at a daycare program. She now goes to bed at night, and I got her to start fixing her daughter breakfast because I noticed that when her schedule started, you know, she wake up through the day when she, and a lot of y'all ask like, damn, do P spend time with her daughter? How can you spend time with your daughter when you're online all day, every day? Who's feeding her? Ooh. So she gets into stuff. She starts feeding herself. She had to learn how to go in the kitchen and make stuff for herself because mama can't feed you if mama's busy online.
Working.
And I noticed that. And I'm like, hey, like, you know, incidents where her daughter had 104 temperature. I'm like, take her to the ER. Like, you can't just, do you have Tylenol? How you don't have kids Tylenol at your house? Like, get her some Tylenol. Like, okay, she didn't have this fever for like a week. My little ones, when they have a fever longer than 2 days, they at the doctors. I'm like, take her to the doctors. Take her here. Take her there. Take her to the dentist. Why am I telling you to be a fucking mom to your child? That's why I felt obligated to also stick around. And I was scared as shit.
The thing is, if you doing so much and did so much to change her life, why did y'all break up? Y'all know what I mean? Why did y'all split up? If all this you doing seemed like it upgraded her personal life with you coming in and doing all these things and helping her daughter and structure and all this, why did y'all split up?
Just leave and break up with you because if you got mad, it was going to hit the internet. I tried to avoid all of this right here. All of this right here, I tried to avoid.
Of thinking that she was going to hurt me was to bring my child and smear my child all over the internet to say that I'm abusive. And she did it just because she wanted a response out of me.
Yeah.
And so she have them calling CPS and bringing CPS to my house on a totally fabricated lie. All because you're mad that I broke up with you and moved on with somebody else and that I wasn't crying and showing signs of emotional instability. That's what all of that was about. And because women hate each other, see, that situation, by her doing that and me seeing the women rally me, that opened my eyes to the wickedness of women.
There it is.
That is what opened my eyes to the wickedness of women. And I said, oh.
This is what men have been saying forever.
So women do create stuff and try to destroy a person's life. And if you're seen as the stronger person, women will weaponize their perceived weakness and play the victim. They throw rocks and hide their hand, and that, because I had never done that. So I didn't realize that women ain't like me.
There it is.
I didn't realize that women were not like, now I experienced a lot of the same things that women was experiencing at the hands of men.
Right. But you never been on the other side.
But I've never been on the other side because I wasn't doing to men what these women be doing.
Right. So just to pause real quick, right? So when men in the past were telling you about something, because I've watched great dads. Mm-hmm. I've watched women get online and say that they weren't great dads and seen people rally behind it, and it's like a total lie. I've seen a lot of wild things that have happened, right? I've seen people get stabbed, shot behind a woman, and all kind of different shit. So when you are on the other side of it, did that then start making you change your philosophy or updating it a little bit?
I still didn't change my philosophy because the philosophy is the same. But what I realized is that I already knew women had issues and that they needed to be helped. But I realized how deep the problem really is. I realized my thing is about getting people to be self-aware. But women have the ability of self-reflectiveness. Men do not have the capabilities that women think they have. Like, it's scientifically proven. Men do not have a strong ability for reflectiveness.
So let me ask you this, right? In the woman on woman dynamic, right? Because we're speaking, because even when I looked at that dynamic, it almost felt like you were the man in this situation. She was the woman, because the way that it played out on the internet, it was like stuff that she was accusing you for was like, yo, this is just her trying to show her appreciation. She's doing this and you're taking it this way and you're flipping it, right?
Yeah.
So when you experience something like that, right? Men when they're pouring their heart out to a woman and it doesn't work out, they might go one of two ways. They might go full savage and don't trust nobody.
Right.
Or they might just say, hey, it is what it is. I'm going to just keep being me.
Okay, so there you have it. The funny thing is, it's funny to see her now going through what we have always gone through. So I wonder if she said her mindset hadn't changed, but I wonder if it did. And I wonder what you guys think. Who do you believe? You believe the girlfriend or you believe the lesbian dating guru? The queen maker. And I know some of you are going to go with the girlfriend because she's playing the male role now. So she's gonna realize real fast that the man, especially the black man, will be the villain in the story. So guys, that's all I got on this. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And I am up out of here. Don't forget, hit that subscribe, like, and share. And talk to y'all later. Peace. Crazy work. Crazy.